Welcome back to the Scotland trip, and we're already on day 8 of the adventure, so hopefully you're not getting bored of us yet. But as you know, on the previous episode we had to travel down to Fort William, which meant we had to swap the days around. Originally we were going to go to the Isle of Skye, but we had to go to Fort William to get the tyre fixed. So we thought we'd visit the locations around Fort William, which we had planned anyway, including the old boat of coal located alongside the banks of Loch Eel, just at the foot of Ben Nevis. We then travelled over to the 2 of more famous locations around Fort William due to its ties with the Harry Potter films. First of all was the Glenfinnan Viaduct, which is where the train goes over in the Harry Potter film Chamber of Secrets. We then visited Dumbledore's grave, which is in the Deathly Hallows film, and we actually caught the steam train Hogwarts Express around the back of Dumbledore's grave, so that was a bit of an experience for us all. We then found a place to camp for the night around Glencoe, which then led us to this episode where we woke up bright and early and headed all the way up to the Skye Bridge to prepare for one of my bucket list places to visit, the Isle of Skye.
Food shopping.
So we just made it to the roadside car park for the first location, which is the Old Man of Storr, quite famous for a lot of TikTok videos at the moment. It's also in the film Prometheus, so if you've seen that film you'll recognise the location. But we just got a little bit of a walk up to the main car park, and then we head up the main path towards the Old Man of Storr, which is all the way up there.
Walking for about 10 or 15 minutes now from we parked the car, and it's a right incline up here, and we're still probably only halfway up there now, so the view is incredible. But if you look right up the top where we're going to walk to, you can't even see the people. They're that small compared to it.
I'm gonna have a heart attack.
Dying. He's got horse trousers on.
Horse trousers.
Nearly there.
Now the Isle of Skye has been on my bucket list for quite a while, and the Old Man of Storr was definitely one of the places I definitely had to visit whilst being on the Isle of Skye, and I obviously wasn't going to pass up on an opportunity to get the drone up and get you some awesome aerial shots, so enjoy.
So as you can see, we've made it to the top now, and the Old Man of Storr's right behind me. It's 50 metres tall, 719 metres above sea level. All the stone formations and everything in the Isle of Skye dates back roughly 2,800 million years ago. So that is 2,800 million years old. So the Old Man of Storr is actually a volcanic plug. So a volcanic plug occurs when magma in a volcanic vent cools and sets, causing that.
So as you can see, the Old Man of Storr is just behind us there. And if you watch the film Prometheus, I believe the cave that they chisel into is up there, because that is the backdrop of when they do it. If I'm wrong, it's probably around that corner, but it's close enough.
Dr. Holloway!
So we're at the highest viewpoint of the Old Man of Storr, and as you can see, that is some view. And this viewpoint's the highest peak that you can get to on the actual trail from the car park up to this point. But I tell you what, it was one hell of a walk. It says on the website that it's a medium to low walk, but we just must be really unfit because that felt horrible. And we were actually attempting to walk up Ben Nevis, we were thinking about it, so yeah, that might take some training yet.
Right, so we've drove down the road now about 20 minutes and we're at Staffin Bay, and we've heard, or Liam knows of, some dinosaur footprints that are here from millions of years ago, so we're going to go and have a look and see if we can find them.
So on this bay about 160 million years ago, it's believed that a group of megalosauruses walked across this beach and left some footprints in the sand that's later fossilised. So what we're going to do now is just going to have a little walk across the beach. It's a lovely night up in the Isle of Skye, as you can see, and we're going to try and find these dinosaur footprints. I believe the dinosaur footprints are that end of the beach, so we'll have a little walk down there and we'll actually be walking with dinosaurs.
Oh,
Mr. Krabs!
oh yeah, Mr. Crab! Money, 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 money.
So a megalosaurus is believed to have stand over 3 meters tall. In reference to size of dinosaurs, it's a quarter of the size of a T-Rex. So they're not quite that big, but you still wouldn't want to be chased by one, put it that way. And as I said earlier, the megalosaurus was a carnivorous dinosaur, obviously just ate meat. I believe this area of the beach would have been below the equator at the time of when the dinosaurs would have roamed around here. And obviously that's all shifted due to continental drift, etc. So that's quite interesting.
They are quite big. They're sort of
That's one, isn't it? So basically, they're under the ocean because the tide's in. So we're going to wait for the tide to go out, but we're thinking about stopping pretty much on the beach there. So we're having pasta again tonight with a view like that behind on on Staffin Bay, where the dinosaurs walked over 160 million years ago. So can't say you're having tea like that every night, can you?
Sunsets in Boston, kissing yellow concrete. We watched all of them together until we couldn't go to sleep. Wish it lasted forever, but it faded away. I was wrong.
So we checked the tide times, and I think we're going to miss it in the morning. But we did see a couple of footprints that weren't as prominent as the one that's sort of famous, which is on the sign outside the little ramp down to the beach. Yeah, but the tide times are saying that the tide doesn't go out until 2 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon. But we're hoping to be off Skye by about 3 or 4. So we've got quite a few little bits and bobs to do tomorrow, which was obviously that we've got a few busy days coming up as it's leading towards the end of the Scotland trip. So we want to try and get everything that we planned in and not miss anything. We had a bit of a chilled one today, didn't leave the campsite till a bit later on, which I think was well deserved because we've been cramming a lot in, and we didn't realise how far the walk up to the Old Man of Storr was. I think it took us nearly 2.5 hours to get up there, but was well worth it in the end. It's like I said, it was one of my top 3 bucket list places in the world to visit, so I'm glad I finally managed to get up there. So we're heading back to the little camp set up now. We're going to have a bit of an early night, so good night from us all, and we'll see you on the next one.
I was wrong, you were right. We couldn't stand tall.